is a segment that I've been wanting to do for a while. So, yeah, pink-haired guys too. My bad, nobody. I know you're a pink-haired guy. TikTokers don't read the news. I mean, maybe, I guess. But in many cases, TikTok is the news. Because think about it though. Where does Libs of TikTok get her information? From TikTok. And then she uses the information from videos that she's seen and videos that she's gathered to then push narratives on Twitter. And this isn't a small Twitter account, by the way, mind you. This is a pretty huge Twitter account. Now, I mean, I think... Let me go to Twitter real quick. They're still on Twitter. I think ever since the unmasking of this account, it's done nothing but grow in followers on Twitter. They've done nothing but grow in following since their unmasking, which is crazy. Let me see. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're almost at 1 million followers. Before they got unmasked and when the unmasking was first happening, yeah, I was getting to that in Myopic Times about being retweeted by Joe Rogan and right-wing politicians. Yeah. Before they were unmasked, they were at, to put this into perspective for you, they were at what? 800,000 followers? And then as that started happening, they've done nothing but skyrocket in follows. This unmasking happened within the past week or so, and they've grown by another solid 151,000 followers since the unmasking happened. Since the unmasking started. So the big problem with the Libs of TikTok is that they find small accounts typically, except for me, because one of my videos early on, back when they had around 600,000 followers, one of my Kyle Rittenhouse takes ended up on there, and I got a stream of hate directed at my channel. I even got Neo Adolf minions hitting me up in DMs and coming into my Discord server. I think nobody remembers that. Nobody, I think you remember that. Nobody is also for those of you who are questioning, in my house, the house left, my Discord server, also my Twitch channel, and what have you, basically in my space in general, nobody with 2 E's at the end is my head mod. Yeah, they're the ones who they're the real MVP. But yeah, I remember when one of my Kyle Rittenhouse takes was shared to this platform, and I got a massive influx of hate when that happened. So, I mean, and that was back when they were at 600,000 followers. I can only imagine, right? I can only imagine how much hate they can dish out now with the sizable following that they have now. And if you're wondering where a lot of the talks of yeah, that was loads of fun, wasn't it? Which, by the way, all of the people that sent me debate requests after the whole verdict of the Kyle Rittenhouse case came out, they rescinded their debate requests. Remember when I was hitting these people up in the server and I was like, yo, we can run this fade now? They didn't respond. And a lot of other people that responded yo, we could run this fade about Kyle Rittenhouse now. And they didn't respond. And they were like, I don't want to do it now. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why you wouldn't, because your side won. I don't know why you wouldn't want to debate me now about it, but whatever. So she goes around and she doxes people, basically is what she does. She finds teachers who are LGBTQ+, maybe minorities and what have you. She really has a hate for teachers, real big hatred for teachers. And she shares their videos that are, in many cases, good, wholesome videos. She'll share them on Twitter, and oftentimes with this person's information about where they live, the school district they teach at, sometimes the school itself that they teach at, and she's ruined the lives. She's gotten these people fired. She's gotten so much hate directed at these people's pages, and has, in many cases, she's 100% had an impact on other people's lives, and in many cases has outwardly gone ahead and ruined the lives of innocent people simply for being members of marginalized groups and communities. You want to know where all the talk about the LGBTQ community being, less than favorable members of our society that talk to children in very provocative manners. Well, a lot of this comes from the libs of TikTok. In the article that was released by, what is her name? I don't remember her name. The woman who released the article. Can anybody who remembers, can you drop the name of the woman who unmasked the libs of TikTok? Oh yeah, here they are tweeting saying that Elon Musk can fix this. Yeah, see, like Elon Musk buying Twitter is not going to be good for anybody except for the far right. That's the only person it's going to be good for. What was her name? Does anybody remember the name of the woman who the name of the woman? Yeah, Taylor Lawrence. That's who it was. Taylor Lawrence, when she dropped the info on libs of TikTok, which by the way was all of it was public information that anyone could find from a 2-second Google search, because she's gone through changing and altering her account so many times. But at one point, her was literally her first and last name, or like directed you to like her retail business, and so she has been cited by people like Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro. Joe Rogan said it was like the best Twitter account of all time. She's been cited, like I said, by Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, Fox News, went on Tucker Carlson, has been cited by Tucker Carlson, cited by Ron DeSantis's, press secretary, I believe it was the one, or campaign manager, one of the two. Cited libs of TikTok as like influential and for like opening her eyes to like what's going on with the LGBTQ community. She pushed the false narrative and false rumor that that people are putting litter boxes in restrooms in schools to accommodate for people who are furries, even though that was literally just a part of like a vet tech program or something like that. Again, baseless claim, was not rooted in any sort of actual facts and logic, was just lying to push a narrative against people that she dislikes, and she has ruined the lives of a good handful of people, especially people that have smaller accounts. Everybody remembers that video from Get Punked, right? That one teacher who was a part of the LGBTQ plus community and was known as like a safe haven for LGBTQ youth in the classroom, and like a safe space for people to come talk to and like vent to and what have you, even known by parents even as being a wholesome, good good addition to the school and what have you. He was forced, because of all of the hate that they were getting because of this account, they were forced to resign. They were forced by their school to quit their job. Like the media was trying to paint it as he quit via his own volition, but no. When we actually look at the story, he was fired. He was forced to step down and forced to resign from his position as a teacher simply for being a safe space for LGBTQ kids, and because of what happened with the Libs of TikTok drama. This account has way too much power, and now they're being paid, directly being funded by right-wing think tanks. To continue to do this. So, how do we fix this situation? How do we get it to where this doesn't happen anymore? How do we neuter this? Well, the thing is, this account is so ingrained within the right. Like, they're, again, directly impacting legislation and directly fueling hatred towards the LGBTQ plus community and leading to dangerous outcomes for these groups, for marginalized groups and communities, and while also having a very big stake in and having a very big position and solidified position within the alt-right, pretty much permanently. But there are ways, I think, in which you can neuter public figures and make it to where they don't have such a big reach, or, you know, have such a big audience. And one of the things I think we need to start doing is we need to start pressuring Twitter. We need to start putting the pressure on Twitter to take this account off of its site, because in a way, Twitter is aiding and abetting, or allowing the aiding and abetting of the mistreatment, right, of the LGBTQ plus community. That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. Twitter is allowing these things, this to continue to exist on its platform. A literal hate farm account. That's literally what it is. A hate and aggro farm account on Twitter. Huge following. This is doing significant damage to our society. Don't let anyone else, especially a lot of these conservatives, they'll always tell you that words can't really hurt anybody. Sticks and stones. Don't ever believe that. That is one of the worst advice. That's one of the worst pieces of advice that our generation, particularly us millennials, that is one of the worst pieces of advice that we were ever given by our parents, by teachers, etc. Like, I'm just saying, y'all, someone should drop Tucker Carlson's Addy. I don't even know if that's going to do anything. I'm pretty sure Tucker Carlson, the way in which the right works, the way in which these people are, like, so gripped by fear, monstrably gripped by fear, I don't even think that's going to work. I think, honestly, what's going to happen is, like, Tucker Carlson is probably was, like, in a fortified villa or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably not even going to, like, mean anything if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's so crazy. This host has a dangerous mindset. How do I have a dangerous mindset? I'm just talking about what's going on here. Words only hurt you if you let them. How? Like I just said, this woman, via the way in which she frames some of these people, the way in which she frames some of these people, like here with this. See, literally, look, right here. Here they are doxing another person. Right here. This tweet was literally, this is a 2-hour-old tweet with over 6,000 likes, over 2,000 retweets. And she's doxing this non-binary teacher. They made a TikTok saying, conservatives, stop brainwashing our children in the classroom with the LGBT agenda. Like, I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is, this might be just a part of the, oh wait, this might be a part of the TikTok. This might just be a part of the TikTok. Okay. Teacher shows slideshow they play for students to come out as trans, non-binary. Students were taught that people can be born in the wrong bodies and sometimes are a boy or girl. What is wrong with that? It's the truth. It's a true thing. Literally, this person is just saying, like, how to address me and that they want to be referred to as he, they, and they're the way they don't want to be called Miss or Mr. They want to be called Mix Beeman. That's completely fine. Who's the Chad mod blocking all the reactionaries, doing the Lord's work? I am transgender and non-binary. I was born in the wrong body. Even though I was born a girl, I feel more like a boy on the inside, but don't fully feel like either. I feel like there's a lot more people who actually subscribe to this ideology, or not necessarily ideology, this gender identity, than people or conservatives would like you to believe. I'm pretty sure some conservatives even would agree with a lot of this, because the thing about gender is not necessarily, and gender representation, gender presentation is not necessarily something that is like so rigid and set in stone. In many cases, it's a more fluid sort of thing, in which some cases you might appear or feel more femme presenting, and in some cases you might appear or feel more masculine presenting. A good person who I recommend people going and watching if they want a good perspective on these issues is Conyer on both Twitch and YouTube. Conyer has really opened my eyes to the way in which someone can feel both masculine and feminism on the same day. It's really just your freedom to feel and to express yourself in a way in which you feel comfortable. And I think a lot of this is also the fact that, like, in many cases, a lot of conservatives don't feel comfortable with their own gender presentation, and in many cases, these people need to go to therapy. A lot of y'all, really, therapy just not even necessarily like traditional therapy, but like, maybe group therapy, coming together to talk about these decisions and that these situations, how we navigate these situations and navigate these more progressive ideas. And this is what I really want to do with my platform, is have like, sort of like an open therapy type thing where we all come and we express our feelings, our emotions. People can feel free to identify how they want to and what have you, just like a sanctuary type thing and what have you, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people, including conservatives, can benefit from that. And just, a lot of it is just being honest with yourself, right? Just be honest with yourself, Stop running from things that you don't really need to run from. It's completely okay. It is completely okay. It will take time and practice to remember to say Mix Beeman. It is Mix Beeman, right? And not MX Beeman. I hope I'm saying it right. But we will work through it together. Some people are born in the wrong body. Their body might not match what they feel on the inside. This is called transgender. Some people don't feel like a boy or a girl. They may feel like both or neither. Yeah. It's mixed from what you've seen. Okay, that's what I thought. Non-binary people sometimes go by mix. Mr. is usually for men, and Miss or Miss is usually for women. Non-binary people do not feel like men or women, so they go by mix, because they're a mix of the two, I guess, or a mix of multiple things. That is why I am going by Mix Beeman and not Mr. Beeman. There was literally nothing wrong with what they did, with what Mix did, with what Mix Beeman did here. There's nothing wrong with it, absolutely nothing. But this reactionary, the libs of TikTok, with over 6,350 tweets, I shouldn't say over, that's the exact number, is hell-bent on ruining the lives of people that don't conform to a really weird sort of heteronormativity. And it's strange, it's really weird. It's really weird, and honestly, you want to know something else? It's incredibly cringy, especially in America, the land of the free, home of the brave, bold, and, weird foods like Skyline chili, where chocolate is mixed in with chili, okay? It is really weird to me that in this country, we draw the line at people not choosing to identify as man, woman, male, female, or what have you. It's just really weird to me. Also, don't get me started on how some of you country bumpkins, some of you country people, I love some of y'all. Y'all are an interesting demographic, an interesting group of people. But I like how y'all will say, now see, round these parts, okay? We don't go by no pronouns. You take your neoliberal, your Marxist pronouns, you get out of here, okay? We don't do nothing by pronouns, all right? I don't like pronouns. My wife doesn't like pronouns. My dog doesn't like pronouns. We don't do pronouns around these parts. But then they'll sit there and say, oh, look at my truck. Ain't she a beauty? I'm lost. I am genuinely lost. I am lost. You've lost me, man. You've lost me majorly. I am lost in your sauce now, okay? It's really, all I'm saying is it's really weird how, a thing that literally doesn't even have a brain is given pronouns, but, a person who identifies maybe differently from how they were born can't feel free to identify how they would like to identify. I don't know. Seems weird, man. Seems weird. Just seems a little weird to me. Are we talking about doxing right now? Is that what we're talking about? Libs of TikTok wasn't doxed. The shit was public info. You could find it very easily. Oh yeah, truck is a she because no balls, obviously. Okay. Thousands of paid subscribers. It's now they're on the classic right wing drift now. Grift now. They're Just always misuse. Yeah, it's not doxing if it's public information. I'm sorry. If you have your social security number as like yeah, that's what truck nuts are for. If you have your social security number just like, in your Twitter bio and somebody releases that, like, what conservatives will consider that doxing. But see, what conservatives will do in many cases is actually doxing. Because what conservatives will do, like Libs of TikTok, is they will go digging. Don't get me wrong. What goes on with these types of profiles is that they actively do digging on people. They don't just find a lot of the most popular videos on TikTok. In many cases, this person goes and ratios or gets smaller creators on TikTok, just barely budding content creators on TikToks, and doxes them into oblivion. Like, goes and searches out where they work, they do digging somehow and find these people's information and throw it all over the internet when it wasn't publicly available for people to find typically. And it's a process that they go through, and in many cases they have help with doing it as well. In many cases, I would not be surprised if some staff members, like, knew some of these non-binary trans teachers and what have you, and outed them to Libs of TikTok. I would not be surprised. It's very, very dangerous. So don't tell me that words can only hurt you when you let them. In many cases, there have been people that have gotten so much hate that, like, imagine how many content creators have had their careers cut short because of this massive doxing, because of this massive influx of hate that they've experienced from people like the Libs of TikTok. That's crazy. That's wild when you think about it. Fash be like, it's doxing. We should just be like, yes, and it's good. Yeah, like, honestly, yeah, that's kind of how I am too. I'm like, if it's doxing, I mean, if this is what that is, then yeah, 100%, it's great. It's just really crazy to me. Yeah, it's not like, yeah, the semantics game isn't as important as actually praxis of outing, as the actual praxis of, like, outing the fashy kinds of people. Not doxing, diskarma, facts. That is, but also it's just not even it's just not even legally, like, by the legal definition of doxing, it doesn't fall under the term of doxing. It just doesn't. But so many people would have you believe that we're ruining this person's life. It's like, no. If this person, let me just say, if this person, all right, is actively influencing or wants to influence legislation, the entire world needs to know who you are, okay? I need to know who Shia Reichik is, because that's her name. I need to know what Shia Reichik is, because I need to know, okay, what if this person runs for school board? Oh, I find out that you have had a history of working with the Klan? Yeah, thank you. Bye. I'm not voting for you. Like, Oh, what is the legal definition of doxing? Let's go ahead and look it up. Let's go ahead and look up the legal definition of doxing. Okay, so to dox, search for and publish private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent. Now, for all the libertarians out there that might be a little mad about what's going on right now with the Libs of TikTok, I know you guys know the difference between when something is public or when something is, you know what, I take that back. Oftentimes you guys don't. Completely scrapping that entire point. Never mind. I am completely scrapping that entire point. Yeah, they'll say that, like, we're ruining her life, but, like, how many lives has she done untold amounts of destruction to? How many people's lives has this person ruined? You know what I mean? Like, miss me with this whole, you're ruining her life. Okay. And